Well, thank you very much for that positive note of encouragement. And I'm now going to introduce our lead discussant, Shobha Shukla, who is the founding managing editor of CNS, the Citizen News Service. She brings decades of experience reporting on global health, gender equity and human rights, and she'll be able to distill what we hear today into clear, actionable insights. So, Shobha.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of Asia Pacific Regional Civil Society Engagement Mechanism. Right to health cannot be dislocated from gender equality and human rights. Right to health and gender equality must be recognized as fundamental human rights in all countries. Progress towards SDG 3 continues to be stunted, as we all know, in the Asia-Pacific region, such as on universal access to sexual and reproductive health and rights, communicable and non-communicable diseases, universal health coverage, and access for all to safe, effective, quality, and affordable disease prevention tools like vaccines, diagnostics, and medicines. Gender disparities significantly impact health outcomes, and evidence shows that SDG 3 targets cannot be realized without addressing SDG 5 on gender equality. Rise of anti-rights and anti-gender ideologies, including the regressive Geneva Consensus Declaration, the recent trend of defunding development assistance for gender equality and health, the impact of austerity measures in debt-ridden countries, the deprioritization of health spending, and poor domestic resource allocation on health are contributing to reversal in progress towards SDG 3. Essential health services must include sexual and reproductive health services, including safe abortion and post-abortion care, menstrual health hygiene, and mental health services, with particular attention to women, adolescent girls, persons with disability, indigenous peoples, young people, migrant workers, refugees, people living with HIV, sex workers, people who use drugs, among others. Essential health services must also include all health and social support services for survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. All countries must stop misuse and overuse of medicines in all sectors and prevent antimicrobial resistance using the One Health approach. WHO FCTC Articles 5.3 and 19 empower governments to make tobacco and nicotine industries liable and pay for the harm they are causing to human health. In fact, all forms of corporate capture of public health policy must end, and corporations that are causing harm to human health and our environment must be held liable and penalized. Governments must suspend patents and lift trade rules that impede access to medicines and medical technologies. Governments also need to address occupational health and provide meaningful right to know to workers, prioritize prevention, and establish exposure limits protective of the most vulnerable populations. All SDG 3 targets must be fully funded, and DAC countries should fulfill their commitment to ODA for gender equality and health. At the same time, member states must mobilize domestic resources for health. All health responses need to be people-centered, gender transformative, and rights-based for all, without any condition or exclusion. We appeal to governments to step up their actions on gender equality and right to health, where no one is left behind. Thank you for your attention.